Blue Ribbon Designs. Welcome to my FlossTube channel. If you are interested in cross stitch or sewing, quilting, if you have a passion for anything done with a needle and thread, you came to the right place. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. It's been a couple months since my last post. I've been a little bit absent. A lot going on in my world as usual. We did take a trip to Fredericksburg, Texas for a week to get away, stayed in a fabulous Airbnb cabin, kind of outside of town, visited a lot of wineries, just had a good, refreshing time away, just in time to come back and have 2 big weddings to go to, and I've been teaching classes. I have a brand new website all built, and I've been converting all of my paper patterns to PDF, so they're available both ways, and all my PDF patterns to paper. So there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. I've been doing tons of project bags and finishing and gifts, and we're going to talk about a few today. Unfortunately, most of my things get shipped away. I'm doing them for clients, I'm doing them for friends, and I don't have a chance to share them. I'd have to film a video every day of what I was working on. So this is a little quick catch up. I'm going to put some pictures up in the corner and give you a view of some of the things I've been working on. I do have some things here to show. So project bags, I've been doing a lot of project bags. I did a lot of sunflower project bags for the Lady Dot Creates limited accessories that she put out for Ukraine. If you saw the sunflowers for Ukraine pieces, they're sold out like the same day she would post them. But I did a little collaboration with her and did a sunflower project bag. I did a small one for photographs so that I could show off her beautiful silver fob. This fabric, I don't have any, well, I have a few pieces left. I'm going to do some ruler sleeves with them, but I don't have any of the fabric left to make more bags of this particular fabric. And all of the sunflower bags have sold out. I have 3 or 4 left in my pile to sew. So there will be a couple more, but for the most part, they're sold out. They all have the gold fabric across the top, sunflowers across the bottom, and coordinate with these fun little fobs. So if you got one, you were lucky, and there'll be a few more up. So just keep an eye on my Etsy shop if you're interested in one. I think I have 3, maybe 4 left. And then I do have some smaller pieces that I'm making some ruler sleeves from. So those will be up. But these accessories, I mean, they gorgeous. I know a lot of you snagged some. There were pins, there was a floss holder or scissor tag, and then the project bag or little scissor clip. It came with a little ring so you could hook it on your scissors. So just a really great fundraiser. She raised a ton of money. I love her dearly. Just a fun project. So a lot of sunflower bags. I've done a lot of custom bags. I'll put some pictures up as I talk about these. I've done more blackbird bags. Those are all sold out as well. I've been trying to put bags on the shop pretty much every week. Every time I have time to sew here and there, I sew up a bag or 2. I just post them as I have them. I've been cutting down on taking in client orders just so I could focus on some more fun projects. But I have some projects bags I've been doing for clients where they send me the fabric in a limited amount, and then a lot of bags for Etsy so everyone has a chance to get one. So keep an eye on my shop if you're interested in project bags. There will be more listed. At the time of this filming, they are all completely sold out. They sell about as fast as I put them up. Thank you. So as soon as I have a little bit more time to sew, in the next couple days, I do have a big stack ready to sew. There's some really cute fabrics, some springy, summery fabrics, some more sunflower bags, a little bit different sunflowers, but close to this. I have more patchwork Blackbird Designs bags I'll be making. And all of my Blackbird Designs bags are made from vintage fabric that has been retired for years. Now I know there's a new collection out with some of the sampler fabrics, but the ones I have are not available in stores right now. I have bolts and yardage of quite a few of the retired sampler fabrics from 10, 12, 8 years ago. So those will be coming soon. There'll be some patchwork pieced bags, and then some solid sampler bags. So look for those. Been doing a ton of needlework finishing, trying to get the last few orders I have out so I could focus on some other things for a while. I just want to take a break from finishing, but I will do more in the future, just on a really limited basis. Just keep an eye on my website. I have a finishing page there, and it has an announcement at the top that says I'm not taking clients and orders now. But when I am, I will announce it there and on social media. And it will be on a very limited basis. It will be fun projects that I enjoy doing. But I'm putting some pictures up now. You should be able to see them going across the screen. I did a wonderful drum finish for a Scarlet House piece with a strawberry on top that was done from just a photo that I was supplied. They said, I want it to look kind of like this. That was a great finish. That was really fun. It was rewarding to work on, but it took me 8.5 hours to put it together. So things like that I can't charge appropriately for, which is why I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a break. It gets a little frustrating. So that piece took me an entire day to finish, but really happy with how it turned out. I've done a bunch of Christmas ornaments. I've done some of my own rickrack rounds someone had stitched that they sent to me. I've done a bunch of bowl fillers, Christmas ornaments, pin pillows, just a bunch of pieces. I wish I had them all here and I could hold them up and show them to you, but unfortunately they have all gone back to their stitchers. I don't have them in-house to show, but the pictures will have to suffice. I did some really cool gifts over the last few months. I did some wonderful red, white, and blue embroidered bowl fillers that were sent as a gift to my friend Robin for her birthday. These were done from a panel. You're supposed to hand embroider each of the pillows before putting them together. However, I decided to do them by machine. I do so much handwork and I'm constantly have a needle in my hand, and I thought I'm going to switch this up. So I used a triple stitch on my machine. I padded them before doing that so it would give them a little bit of a quilted look. I was so happy with how these turned out, and the panel had the backing fabric on them. I made some little side tags and just kind of switched it up a little bit to make them fun. But that is a panel from Schmitz. And I'll put the information down below. I'm sure there's still some available out there. I also did a wedding pillow. My husband's mother just got remarried, and we were gone for 4 days for the wedding. And I decided I wanted to do a little machine embroidery. I found a design I really liked on Etsy. And then I digitized their names and the date that they got married and put that on underneath. So the whole front of the pillow is machine embroidered. And then I just put borders on it, and I did an envelope backing, sent that off to them. So I did that beautiful wedding pillow. That was really fun. I did this piece for my local quilt shop. This is a Stamp and Stitch by Poppie Cotton, at least the embroidered design, the suite. These are stamps that Poppie Cotton has that you can stamp onto fabric. And I used a water-soluble ink, stamped it onto like a linen fabric, and then I hand-stitched the design. You could, where it was stamped. And if it was washed, that would wash out. But my stitches pretty much covered all of the lines that the stamp made. But they have fabulous stamps. My local quilt shop had this set of 4 stamps. But Poppie Cotton has quite a few different stamp and stitch options available at quilt shops. And I believe you can see them on their website as well. If you want to take a look at them, I'll put a link below. The fabrics, this is Beautiful Day fabric line I want to say by Corey Yoder. I could be wrong. If you're interested, I'll put that information below. And the back is Poppie cotton fabric. I just did a bowl filler with some gingham ribbon and some cute little puntini pins up in the top, a strawberry and a spool and a flower. I hope you can see those. Just a fun little finish. I did this, my local shop. I helped with a shop hop, and we were wanting to sell these and kind of have more people interested in the stamp and stitch part because we thought that's a pretty cool thing. And you could do it with stamps from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or, you know, your regular stamps. Just use a water-soluble ink. Kind of a fun way to embellish stuff. It gives you the lines to sew on and you can kind of play with it. I just did some stem stitch and lazy daisies and some French knots. So just a fun little project. I finished that up. So just lots of various projects going on, but a lot of client work. I am down to just a few finishing orders left, and then I'm going to take a break and just work on some things that bring me joy and some new patterns and stuff I want to work on in the studio. And then, like I said, later on, I'll go back to finishing on a limited basis. I am still taking bag orders on a limited basis as well. If you are interested in custom project bags where you send me the fabric and I create the bags for you, please send me an email. There'll be a link down below and I will reply with the pricing, the sizes, things like that. I do very specific sizes, my signature bags. I do one for large projects, for a full size sheet patterns, one for small project bag, which is for the half sheet patterns. I do a tool bag, an accessories bag. I have a few different ones that I do. They're all die cut, so the pieces are very consistent. The sizing, the zippers are always across the top. I do not use vinyl. I use cotton fabric. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me, and if I have openings, I'll send you a message and I'll give you the information on those. So next up, I've been teaching a lot. I've been teaching for my local quilt shop, and there's a great venue across the street that is a retreat center, which is perfectly set up. We can have 15 students. Everyone has their own tables, and everything is set up so nicely, lots of space. There's 2 big ironing stations. There are cutting stations throughout the room. It just makes it a great place to teach. So I've worked on a couple different classes for my local quilt shop. I've been teaching my Pretty Posies pouch. I've done this a couple times. And I actually now, along with having this as a digital pattern, it is also available in paper format in my shop. And if you buy the paper format, it will come with the hardware for one bag, for one wrist strap. So in class, I always make a bag along with the students. I come prepared with step outs and kind of show them each step of the way as we go through. And then by the end of the class, I have almost a completed bag from showing them things. So this was the one I did for our last class. This is a set of French General fabrics, just a small pouch. The class teaches you how to put in the zipper. It's basic inside, no pockets or anything inside. It does have the boxed flat bottom and the wrist strap. So we kind of go over all that in class, but this is the sample that I worked on in the last class that I taught. The first class samples, I made a couple, and those I have sold on my Etsy shop. And this one might end up there as well. We'll see. So I've been teaching that. I have been teaching my 45 tote bag. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera angle, but it's the original one in this picture is behind me on my counter. But for this class, I did a Blackbird Designs bag, and I did it in Nature's Basket, which I was super happy with how this came out. This bag has a cell phone pocket on both sides, or pocket for, you know, accessories, things like that. The inside has 2 giant pockets for organizing everything. These work great for cross stitch, great for holding project bags. And both of these classes that I taught, if you had these patterns and you're a beginner quilter, or, you know, you have knowledge of your sewing machine and knowledge of piecing, you can put these together. The directions are very specific, and I would say it's a pretty beginner project. You could actually make one of these. So this is the 45 tote bag. You can also find this in paper and digital format on my Etsy shop. And then after teaching those, and I taught the pouch class twice, we decided we wanted to do a beginning piecing 101, quilt piecing 101. So I decided to create a pattern specifically for that class, and I've released that in both formats on my Etsy shop as well. It's called the Floral Charm Table Runner and Pot Holders. And this is a simple patchwork table runner. It's a good size. The table runner is 52 by 16, but it could be, the size is very easy to change if your table is shorter or longer. You could add to it. And then, but in class we did the pot holders, and so I will show you those samples. But so I decided to release it as a pattern. It was just fun to create. It was a fun class to teach. We did a lot of talking about tools and taking care of your machine and pressing and cutting and just all the aspects of beginning piecing in class. We did a lot of talking. We talked about all the acronyms, and it was just a fun class. We had a smaller group, and it was a lot of information coming at them pretty fast. So that was fun. And then we worked on the pieces. So these are the pot holders. Just simple. We talked about binding. So this was a way for them to learn how to bind quickly. Two of these, a nice thread there. Two of these were done for the pattern, and one was done in the class with the student. The one without the little loop was done in class with the students. And then the table runner, I will show you this. Works great with a charm pack. This is pretty long sized. So using a charm pack cuts out with some of the cutting and makes it a little bit easier and quicker to learn. But this is another very beginner pattern. This was used for a beginner's quilt class. It's a very classic pattern that would work with all sorts of types of fabrics. Again, this is the Beautiful Day fabric line that I used for those. And then the other new pattern I came out with was for a class I taught for Foundation Paper Piecing 101. So these are quilt blocks that are created with a paper foundation, which makes it really great for anything with lots of points, stars, very small blocks, very detailed blocks. They're a lot of fun to put together through paper piecing. You will see a lot of foundation paper pieces that are things like an apple or a strawberry, or I have one that is a rabbit, pots of flowers. I have a golf one for a Father's Day theme. So there's lots of fun things you can make with foundation paper piecing that you'd have to cut tons and tons of pieces for a traditional block, and they would be very weird shapes and sizes. But it's quite fun to do with paper piecing. So this was a great class. This is the Star Flower pillow and pin cushion, and the pages are inside to do the paper piecing. And there is basic instructions in the pattern on how to do paper piecing if you've never done it before. And if you're interested in it, there's lots of videos and tutorials online for paper piecing. And I think we might teach this class again because it was during the week and there were a lot of people that wanted to take it on a weekend. So this might be upcoming again, but the piece they did in class was this small, I call it a pin cushion, but you could use it as a little pillow. This is all paper pieced and then just backed and stuffed. And then the main project, which is a little bit more complicated, but very easy with foundation piecing, is the Star Flower pillow. And it's just a fun star block. This fabric is Wild Iris by Holly Taylor for Moda. It is a beautiful line and has gorgeous botanical panels that are also in the line. So if you like these pieces in the purples and the greens, check out this line, Wild Iris by Holly Taylor. Now, let me go check on this again. So this other pattern, the Floral Charm, yes, it is Beautiful Day by Corey Yoder for Moda. And it also has some really fun stuff. There's a striped one I really, really like. Lots of little roses. I tried to make so it didn't look so Valentine-y, but there's some really cute pinks that I did not use that are worked into this fabric line as well. So those are the two fabric lines. Those are the two new patterns. You can find them in my Etsy shop in both paper and or PDF format. The digital downloads for those who like to work off of a device, want to save on postage, save on plastics and paper and things. And you get the instant gratification of downloading it and having it right away. But for those of you who like the paper pattern and want to, continually reference it and are going to make more than one, then the paper versions are now available. So we have that happening. Those are the new patterns and the classes I've been teaching. And once I have new classes scheduled, I know we're working on a few now. We're going to have an introduction to AccuQuilt class that talks about the different sizes of cutters and the different dies and how to use them properly and how to convert your regular patterns to AccuQuilt dies. If that's something you would be interested in, that class will be coming up. We will be doing that with the Quilted Sunflower. And possibly the paper piecing class again. She has kind of a list of things that I can teach, and if there's things that are of interest, then they let me know and we'll work on new patterns or new ideas. So if you're in the Kansas City area and there's certain classes you want to see as far as sewing and quilting from me, reach out to the Quilted Sunflower and let them know. I'll put their information below. So I have one more quilt to show. This is a Poppie cotton fabric line. It is Bloom True. The designer of the line is Terri Conrad. She did it for Poppie cotton. This fabric line is coming out this month. This is a new wall hanging that I designed myself that I'm going to hang in my studio. If you could see the whole thing, I'll put a picture up in the corner if you can't. They are applique pineapple blocks that are almost like a stained glass, like a broken pineapple blocks. And then there was a panel that had cute sayings on it that I really liked, a lot of floral sayings. So I fussy cut it and then I appliqued those on blocks as well. And I'm excited to hang this in my studio. I just keep, once in a while I get a chance to do something that I get to keep. And this is one of those things. Some of the little things say, hope and possibility bloom within her. To blossom is to blossom you. Up here we have even so, it is well with my soul. All of them are just really neat little sayings. You are everything beautiful. Terri Conrad is known for that. If you follow her on Etsy, she has very inspirational posts. And this fabric line, the panel with the gold around it kind of in the pictures, and then I was like, oh, I really like that. I want to work with the pineapple design. It's just something I played around with. I haven't written a pattern for this. I don't know if I will. It was just like one day I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this line? Since it's new and upcoming, I wanted to do something and get it out there, just to do a little marketing for Poppie cotton on my social media. So they sent me a fat quarter stack, and this is just what I played around with and came up with. So just a fun little wall hanging. It has pockets on the back, and I have a hanger already made. I don't have it right here, but I've already made a wooden hanger with a sawtooth piece on it to hang this in my studio. The backing fabric is also Poppie cotton. So I just wanted to share that. I thought it was fun and cheerful, and I look forward to hanging that up in my studio. And the positive sayings are always good to have in a in your personal space. So I'll be happy to have that hanging and enjoy looking at that every day. And I'm going to be doing some more projects for them as well, with some future fabric lines. I don't have them yet, but I will share with you when I do have them. I have been working on another new pattern. Some of you might have seen this on my Instagram page. This is my scissors needle keep. I have made some of these for clients on a custom basis, but they have a little elastic button enclosure. And when you open it up, there is a piece of wool to put needles and pins, and there's a pocket to put your scissors in. And it's just a nice little way to wrap up some of those materials and put it in your project bag. So I am writing a pattern for this. It is called My Scissors Needle Keep. And I look for it in the next couple months. My work schedule is pretty hectic right now, so I have a lot of things planned out. But this is one thing I will be writing a pattern for. I've done it in lots of different fabric combinations. It's fun to pick the wools. This cute little sunflower fabric is one of my favorite fabrics. I just love this. I saw it in the quilt shop on the Bolt like a year ago, and I was like, I have to have it. And every time I go in there, I keep thinking I'm going to buy more before it's gone, because it is just, I just love this fabric. So you will see this pattern, the Scissors Needle Keep, coming in the near future. I'm also working on cross-stitch designs. I am working on a singing bird. This was done for a magazine many years ago in kind of a different format. I'm changing it up a bit. These are, obviously I'm still in the process of finishing these, but keep a green tree in your heart and perhaps a singing bird will come along. 2 different colors of fabric. This is going to be a wall, a small quilted wall hanging with finishing instructions. And then these are stitched on, I believe, 32 count. And I actually stitched them on 40 count as well. I don't have them in my studio right now. They're down in my stitching nest, but they are going to be little bowl fillers. So they'll be the 2 small pieces, and then I will finish the same ones as a wall hanging. The larger one, all of the words are done with back stitching, and the smaller ones I did over 1 for the words. So the pattern will have both the back stitched words and the over 1 cross stitch words as well. So this is coming, and I'm working on a new set of rickrack rounds that will be coming. So lots of fun, just fun things in the works. Teaching and my quilting and sewing, that's really cool, but I'm really enjoying my stitching nest time in the evenings and working on new designs. So I'm excited those will be coming soon. I'm sorry I don't have more to show you today, but I do have stuff up my sleeve and they will be coming. Other than that, after I finish this, I'm going to be doing another video tutorial, and it is going to be for cutting shapes from a pattern using freezer paper. So I mentioned this in an earlier video of mine, and I had quite a big response of people that wanted to see how I do this. So it will be a video on when you have a pattern. Let's say you're doing some little cross-stitch strawberries, and you need to cut the hole for the top out of wool. And your pattern has a little like line drawing. It says, cut this out of wool, and you're trying to hold it up to it or glue paper on there or pin your paper to it and cut around it. I use freezer paper. It makes it super easy, and I'm going to film a video showing you how to do exactly that. So I'm going to finish up this video, kind of change the studio around a little bit, and get ready to do a tutorial video, and they will be 2 separate videos on my channel. So this one will probably be posted first, and then after that, several days later, look for the finishing tutorial for cutting pieces with freezer paper. If things like that are daunting to you, this will be an eye-opener and be just a great hack you can have in your sewing basket, whether you do wool applique or cross stitch or quilting or all 3. It works for all mediums, and it's just a great quick trick to learn, to cut those pieces a little more accurate by hand. So that will be coming, and I will be back to visit with you again when I have more things to share and the new cross stitch pieces and patterns are ready to go. And I just thank you for visiting with me today and, you know, sharing my passion, because this is truly what I love. It's why I do it every day. And the chance that I get to interact with all of you makes it even more special and even better if that's possible. So thank you for checking out my patterns and my videos. And check out my new website, blueribbondesigns.com, complete makeover. So if you had things bookmarked before, you will want to go visit the site again and re-bookmark your favorite complementary patterns, designs. My entire design catalog is on there. It gives you links to all the paper or PDF patterns. There are information on classes. There are information on all the magazines I've been in, what magazine to look for what designs. All of that is on the new website. It's a new layout. I built it all myself from scratch. I'm really proud of it. So I hope you'll go check that out, blueribbondesigns.com. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you, friends. Thanks for visiting with me. I'll see you again soon, hopefully sooner than 3 months. Bye.